Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. The Township's Daisy Recreation Program offers disabled children and young adults the opportunity to participate in a variety of recreational activities. This week, Daisy participants and the Township officials gather to dedicate the new Daisy Center at Bicentennial Park. We'll have more on that story and a look at Lawrence Brook School's Multicultural Fair. Preschoolers in the high school's Early Childhood Education Program and adult school students graduated this week. Also, Pegi Ballister-Howells tells how to pick the best berry. And Dr. Brian Johnson warns against the dangers of leaving your pet in the car. But first, here's a look at programming next week on Channel 8. Shape Up with Lenore Kulik Monday at 10 a.m. Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., tune in for financial information with Paul Hansen on You and Your Money. Followed at 8 p.m. with Exercise the Right Choice. Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m., it's Stories from the Library. And at 7:30 Wednesday evening, watch Spotlight on Education. Followed by 18 Growing Up in East Brunswick at 8 p.m. We'll be back next Thursday at 7 and 8 with an all-new This Week in East Brunswick. And the next Council Update Thursday at 6:30 and 8:30 p.m.
Hi, I'm Amy Fisher. Today I'm at Lawrence Brook School with Kathy Brunner, one of the 5th grade teachers, and they're having their annual ethnic fair. Kathy, how long have you been getting ready for this event?
We've been getting ready for about a month, Amy. It's been a lot of hard work for the children, but worth it.
What exactly have you done to prepare for it?
We've learned our research skills and applied them, and they've done a research paper, and as you can see today, there's food, there'll be performances, there'll be lots of tapes and videos of different countries, and maps and travel posters that they created.
How many countries are represented?
29 countries are represented by these children, but heritage-wise, when we started this in September, there were 34 countries in 5th grade.
Summer's here and students of all ages are graduating from school. This past week, 29 students from ages 16 to 78 received their GED from the Adult and Continuing Education Program ceremony held at East Brunswick High School.
All of you who are receiving your diplomas have made it possible for us to come together and celebrate this evening, because each and every one of you have worked hard and you do deserve to be rewarded. You were willing to spend the time and exert the effort necessary to learn new ideas and new skills. And you've each demonstrated your capacity for growth, and that is the greatest achievement possible for any of us.
Last October, an opportunity was presented to me to go to Vo-Tech to take one of their health classes. Without the GED, I would not have qualified. I just graduated Friday. Anybody out here who does not have their high school education, go get your GED. It's really worth it. Do whatever you can, but get it. Good luck to all of my fellow students in their future endeavors, and again, I want to thank the East Brunswick Adult Education Program.
At age 78, having left school 62 years ago, I decided to secure this diploma. I did this for my own satisfaction. During this time, I saw my own two children graduate high school and college. My daughter graduated with a BA in math, and my son went on to receive a PhD in biochemistry. I have seen one grandchild graduate from college. I have two grandchildren presently in college. And I have one grandson who will also graduate from East Brunswick High School next year.
If you'd like more information on the Adult and Community Education Program, call 613-6980. Also, these little graduates in the preschool education class at East Brunswick High School graduated last week. The preschool class is taught to seniors at East Brunswick High School as part of the home economics curriculum. Moms and dads armed with video cameras turned out for the ceremony.
Hi, welcome to Blooming Acres. June is a wonderful month in the garden. Some people like to think of it as a month for roses, but people that are more food-oriented like to think of it as a good month for strawberries, because this is the time of year when strawberries are ready to be picked. Now, you're going to find that the strawberries you pick yourself are going to be so much better than anything that you would purchase already packaged. And the reason is that strawberries are very, very tender and soft, and in order to pick them at their peak of flavor, they're already a little soft for shipping. But picking at a pick your own or in your own patch in your backyard is really the best way to get strawberries. Now, one of the things you want to be aware of is that strawberries do not ripen once they've been picked. So you don't want to pick them like peaches where they're a little hard and hope that they ripen up, because they won't. Or even tomatoes will ripen up. They're better when they're picked on the vine, but they'll ripen up on top of the refrigerator. Not so for strawberries. So you want to make sure, here's a good one, that you pick a strawberry that's already turned completely red, rather than a strawberry that looks like it's going to be wonderful in another day or so, but is still a little bit pale. That's it. Now that this strawberry's been picked, it's not going to get any more red, so it'll be a disappointment when you go to eat it. Now, strawberries are kind of interesting because they have their seeds on the outside. They're really called achenes, which is a kind of fruit, but these little tiny dots on the outside are really the seed, and the red part that we eat develops from a different part of the flower than the fruit of, say, an apple or a pear. But I don't know, if I had my choice, I think I'd still pick a strawberry. We'll see you here next week at Blooming Acres.
and welcome back once again to Your Pet Doctor. I'm Dolly Vasta, and my co-host is...
I'm Dr. Brian Johnson from the Cranberry Veterinary Hospital in East Brunswick.
And we're going to be talking today about the dangers of summer, and we mean dangers underlined exclamation point.
Some real problems. We're going to address a few of these and see if we can save a few lives.
All right. We're going to be talking about heat now and cars and taking your pets out in the car.
Okay.
Follow up on that.
Well, the automobile is probably our greatest danger. The temperature in a car in just a very few minutes can get up well over 140 degrees. Now, when you and I get warm, we will perspire. The cooling effect cools the body down. Dogs don't sweat. Yes, their paws, right in between the pads they do, but in general their body does not. And they can only take this heat for a very short period of time. Once the temperature goes up to about 107 or 108, they lose the ability to control their temperature, and it will take between 5 and 15 minutes before they will be dead.
So in other words, then, do not leave your dog in a car, in a parked car, even if you leave the windows down. Has nothing to do with it,
If you
right?
crack the windows a little bit, it won't do the slightest bit of good. Even if you open them fully, the temperature will go over 105, 110. The best thing is, don't leave your dog in the car to go shopping, even for a few minutes. It's just a losing proposition.
What about the beach?
Well, that's another thing you'll see very often. Don't forget that the dog, again, can cool himself by panting only. That's how he evaporates his water. If he's in the sun, they cannot take it. Probably the most delicate dogs is the little poodles. I have 2 of them. I don't even take them out during the heat of the day in the summertime. The last place you want to take your dog is to the beach, even if you have shade, even if you have water. Just the reflected heat, the fact that he's out there in the sun or in that heat all the time, you're asking for trouble. If he does run into a problem and get heat stroke, which we'll address in a minute, there's no way you're going to get him cool fast enough to get him through. He's not going to enjoy it. Do him a favor, leave him home.
All right. Now, what about cement?
Cement and blacktop, they heat up very, very quickly. They absorb the heat. We don't realize it because we're wearing shoes. But a lot of people will go to a beach or any type of amusement area, and they, for a few minutes, tie the dogs on the bumper so they don't run away. Put your hand on that blacktop sometime and try to keep it there for 15 seconds. You won't be able to. It'll burn the surface of their pads off. So again, if you're going to go for a day's vacation or have a good time, do so. But do your dog a real favor. Leave him home in the house where it's cool.
All right, what about new plants?
That we see very frequently. In the last 3 days, we've had just 2 cases already. The dogs will eat. All these things are nice. They taste good. People say, well, why do the dogs eat it if it's not good for them? And I guess for the same reason that I used to eat green apples when I was a kid. I always got diarrhea. I always went back for more because I like little green apples. Many of the plants are either poisonous, such as the mushrooms, or they're irritating where if the dogs eat it, they'll start to salivate for up to 4 to 6 hours. Heavy salivation, it irritates their mouth. Much of it is poisonous.
All right. Real fast, because our time is running out, Brian. What should you do if you think your dog has sunstroke?
If he's got heat stroke, immediately cool him down. Don't run for your veterinarian. Get a hose, put him in a tub of cold water, and then go for help. But cool the body temperature down as quickly as possible.
All right, to all of you, we'll see you all next week. And by the way, have your pencil and paper ready because you're getting a quiz and I'm getting a quiz. Take care of your pet.
Members of the Township's Recreation Department's DAISY program celebrated the beginning of a new era for the disabled children of East Brunswick. This week, Township officials cut the ribbon to officially open the new building which will be home to the DAISY program. A big crowd of participants, parents, and other residents and officials came to the celebration. Judith Lebline, Director of Recreation, Parks, and Community Services, gave a brief history of the project.
Just about a year ago, we shared a groundbreaking celebration and hoped for an October grand opening. To borrow on the wisdom of the ages, good things come to those who wait, patience is a virtue, and time flies when you're having fun. We thank the program participants and staff for all of your patience. and we thank EBBIC for over 25 years of patience. This project actually started in 1986 as an $83,000 addition to this building over here. A staff committee was formed in 1987 that studied the many possibilities for design. Community development block grant funding was pursued as the dreams grew larger for a new addition. Recognizing the age of this older building, accessibility issues, and how this program has grown, we knew a new building was needed.
Mayor Ira Oskowski dedicated the new building.
This very unique and multifaceted program serves the disabled youth and adults of East Brunswick. This program is not found in surrounding towns, but is one of that neighboring communities envy and continuously strive to become part of. One which they wish they had to serve their disabled citizens. This is evident through the non-resident participants whom we serve. And let's hear it for all those individuals. There are some 500 to 600 individuals who benefit from the various DAISY programs, all of which are designed to challenge and stimulate the educational, recreational, and social needs of the participants. This membership includes some 200 disabled adults who participate in the very popular Friday Night Live program. DAISY did not start off with a lot of resources. In fact, it had a rather meager beginning more than 26 years ago, when the parent of a disabled youngster offered space in his basement, and so the program began. Over the years, the programming has changed. The location obviously has changed, and the participants have changed. But it is clear that the one thing that has not changed is the work of many dedicated people that have made DAISY the success that it is and continues to be. Let's hear it for those people.
County freeholder Charles Garrod talked about the project's funding.
I am, and I bring you greetings and an expression of our pride and understanding of the love that went into this project. And yes, CDBG, which, while it sounds like initials, in fact is one of those wonderful government programs that helps everybody. We have East Brunswick as part of the group in the 19-town consortium on our community block development, chose to use the money, almost $200,000, for this project. And obviously it was a decision well made and well spent.
Members of the business community were also recognized for their contributions that made the building project possible. Century 21 received a plaque from Seymour Stein, Vice President of the East Brunswick Recreation and Parks Advisory Board. And Councilman Anthony Riccobono honored W. Berman Decorating for their role in decorating the interior of the building. Sally Yachman, President of the East Brunswick Association for Brain-Injured Children, presented an oil painting of daisies to be hung inside the building. The artist was Captain Ralph Lamo, the longtime coordinator of the annual PBA Daisy Breakfast. Friday Night Live coordinator Jim Musikowski was on hand, as well as Daisy program coordinator Fred Smith and recreation manager Karen Burke.
The one thing about this project and about our community is that everyone, no matter who you are and what you do and who you're affiliated with, loves Daisy. It's probably the biggest common denominator in our whole community. And we would not be here today if it wasn't for the support that we got from all of you folks, and I say some of the old folks that came up because I see some friends here from long ago, and our new friends and everybody in between. Just thank you so much for your support and your patience.
After the ceremony, the crowd was welcomed into the building for a tour. Then the group celebrated the rest of the evening by dancing. For more information about the East Brunswick Association for Brain-Injured Children or the DAISY program, call 390-6797. And we'll end tonight's program with something totally useless. Rick Davis, founder of the Institution for Totally Useless Skills, entertained a large group of kids and their parents at the library recently. Thanks for watching.
Now, what is a totally useless skill? A totally useless skill is anything that's fun to do, easy to do, and contributes nothing of value to society whatsoever. I have some examples right here. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Right. Here are some examples. Magic, juggling, yodeling, hanging out at the mall, palm reading, paper airplanes, pencil tricks, daytime television, spoon playing, weird feelings, pronouncing the longest word in the English language, and rooting for the Red Sox. The first skill that we will learn tonight is disappearing body parts. Not to be confused with disappointing. Never mind. The first part of our body we will disappear tonight is our tongue, and it goes like this. Now, let's all do this together. Because if we all do this together, then no one looks stupid. And most importantly, I don't look stupid. So everybody follow me. Oh. That's disgusting. All right, follow me. Or as they say in French. Good. All right, here's how to disappear your thumb. Thumbs up, everyone. Grab your thumb, rip it off, scream. Scream so your parents are concerned. Stick it back on, and that's how to disappear your thumb and make a fool of yourself in public. Now, boys and girls, if you happen to have a handy-dandy, all-purpose, never-fails, magical handkerchief, you can actually disappear your leg.
I can then. Oh, I can.
Does anyone need an explanation for that trick? And now, boys and girls, the disappearing neck. And I know you've seen a lot of unusual things in your life, but right now, I am about to perform the impossible. I will now dance the lambada. No, I will now disappear my brains. I heard that laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now disappear my so-called brains.